Hello everyone and welcome to Theme Park Worldwide, where we're continuing on with the 2024 opening weekend here at the Alton Towers Resort.
We had such an amazing day yesterday for the opening of Nemesis Reborn, and if you haven't already, be sure to check out yesterday's video where we did all that in the coverage.
Honestly, it was a big day. It was atmospheric. There was so much going on, but we're back here at the resort and we've got lots more to see today, including getting around the rest of the park and all of the latest updates.
We are so excited to be back in the park and see any changes for 2024.
We're going to start off by taking a look at this huge map that's here on the entrance plaza, and then we'll head around all the different areas today and bring you those latest updates. Let's go! Oh, and there she is, Nemesis Reborn. What a day yesterday. And I'm loving this huge poster here on the entrance plaza with a big map on there, Charlotte.
It's so big.
It's huge. Really liking the map design. And this one has got each attraction, everything on there from toilets to water refill stations, lockers, each individual ride and attraction. And yeah, everything you need to know about the park. It's really good actually, this map. Now you can see it in more detail. You can see all the pathways. And yeah, it's nice how this is on display here on the entrance plaza. It also lists all of the attractions over here.
It's a bit funny though, because Wickerman's listed twice.
There we go, 2 Wickermans, new for 2024.
Yeah.
Obviously a bit of an issue there. I'm sure that'll get sorted out. Let's go and make our way into the park. And all the entrance is decorated for the opening of Nemesis Reborn as well, with all the buntings. And they've actually got this just here as well. Last year, the new attraction was the Curse at Alton Manor, and this year, they've changed it to Nemesis Reborn. See, I like how they've kept it and put Nemesis on there. Oh, it's so nice to see this view again, and they've put a lot of effort in for the opening of Nemesis, as I was expecting, to be honest. I mean, this is the ride that made Alton Towers become a major player in the theme park industry. And yes, the corkscrew opened back in 1980, but really put the park on the map. But it was then Nemesis in 1994 that took Alton Towers to the next level. So there's no wonder that they've celebrated it so much with its reopening. And all this is really nice. And here's your view down Tower Street. All the buntings up just there as well. Oh, it is lovely to be back. And yeah, we're filming this on the Sunday. So yesterday we had the full day in Forbidden Valley, soaking up the atmosphere, getting a few rides in. Today we're going to walk around the rest of the park and see what it's like. But of course, at the end of the day, we'll still head down to Forbidden Valley and see what's happening down there as well. Maybe get another ride in on Nemi later. And we'll also take a look in Towers Trading later on at the new merchandise for 2024 as well. Look at this, the frogs have been dressed up as the Phalanx. All part of the backstory in Nemesis Reborn. They look great, they got the jackets on, they got the caps, and they've even got name badges on as well. How awesome's that? Oh, that's good fun. I wonder how long they're going to keep these like this for. Charlotte's just got very excited. Look who's over here. A return of the one and only Alton Bear. There we go. Hey, what a moment. Oh.
I'm so happy to see that. I think you need the berries. Let me get the berries.
Oh, there we go. Alton Bear, everybody. Oh, and a lovely new outfit as well. Look at this. Got the logo on just there.
Stunning
Alton Towers purple on there as well. You look amazing, Alton Bear.
Look at my little ears.
Oh, we saw your friend Darwin the Dodo as well. Yeah, in the hotel. Oh, lovely. Back here, heading into X Sector. And we know there's been a few updates down here for this year, so we're going to go and check those out. The Smiler, of course, on the right-hand side. Home back in 2013, 14 inversions. Goes upside down more than any other roller coaster in the world, and has still kept that record all these years on. The Smiler. See the Smiler back in operation here at Alton Towers, and the ride's had a good clean up over winter, which I'm really pleased about. We were saying throughout last year how the park was looking quite dirty in places. This was one of the areas we've actually repainted, or at least cleaned up, all of the pipes up there on the station, and all the lines have been done down here as well. There's also a projector down there, and we know that during the Alton After Dark events, they're projecting up there onto the station. We didn't see it last night, but I did see a couple of photos, and it looks really good, so we'll definitely come and see that in person one day.
I'm just so glad that it's had a clean up, because it was looking disgusting.
Let's go and have a look just over here now. Well, they always say don't look down. I want to look down now because they've repainted all of this around here and it looks fantastic. Oblivion, the world's first vertical drop roller coaster. Owned here in 1998. And look at this, painted all down there on the floor. Around the hole for the first time ever, that's all been painted orange, and I believe they've painted it black in the hole itself, which is fantastic. They've done all this round here at the side. As you can see, Excite, which is the arcade and ride exit over there at the back, has also had the black and orange chevrons added. This looks fantastic. If we're seeing more things like this at Alton Towers moving forward, I'm really happy to see that.
This looks excellent. It's just the details that really make it. Like the orange is just so bright.
It really works though, doesn't it? And I think, you know, making this theme for Oblivion a little bit brighter is fine and fits really nice actually with the Smiler. You've got to think that's really bright with the black and yellow. To really have more of an emphasis on the black and orange of Oblivion is fantastic. All the lights around here, and it looks like they've also either repaired or replaced the misters down there. Let's go have a closer look. Oh, the power. This is fantastic. Oh yeah, they're painted all around the edge of the hole on the inside there. That looks so much better. That's looked murky for years around there. Brilliant to see. Really nice improvement down here in X Sector. All painted up, Oblivion looking fresh. And it's still really intimidating, isn't it, when you stand down here and look up at that drop. It's actually 180 feet from the top of the drop right down there to the bottom of the hole. A lot of people don't realize how tall it is, but it goes right down. What a construction that would have been back in 1998. Incredible. Now, for the first time in many years, X Sector is now only actually home to two rides, both of them being roller coasters, the Smiler here and Oblivion. Used to have Enterprise over there in the far corner. That came to the end of its life and was removed from the park. Prior to that, back in the day, used to have Submission just over there as well. Been quite a lot of years since that was removed. And then for the past 3 seasons, you've had the temporary Retro Squad rides down here as well. Started off with just one in place over there on the left, and then last year, of course, we had the 2 down here. It is sad that Alton Towers haven't invested in some permanent flat rides down here by now, but I am happy to see the Retro Squad go and actually X Sector feel like a themed area again. It's not an ideal situation. They could have done with being replaced straight away as soon as they come out, but still, at least this feels like a themed experience again down here. I couldn't really take the themes that seriously with having the Retro Squad down there. They served the purpose, which was to add some extra capacity when they were worried about indoor attractions, if they could open or not during COVID-19. They stuck around for 3 years, but I think it's good now that they've got to the point where they've been removed from the area here.
I'm so pleased that they have been removed, but I would love to see flat rides come in the very near future.
At least we know though a new flat ride is planned for next year down in Forbidden Valley.
Very good to see.
I'm hoping we see some plane application go in for a ride down here at some point because yeah, it really needs it. Even just one down here and one in Dark Forest, because that's also another area that's just got the 2 coasters. But still, at least this area feels more immersive again now. Looks like Oblivion's coming out. Yeah, we were just about to go and join the queue. It's on 5, but yeah, it looks like it's gone down. Hopefully we're going to see improved ride availability this year. It was pretty bad at points throughout 2023. And here's a close-up look at Excite. So much better with the chevrons on there and all being repainted as well. Very promising to see. I'm hoping really the next steps for X Sector are at least one permanent flat ride and also continue on with the investment of permanent lighting as well, just so there doesn't need to be as many generators, especially around the queue lines. That'd be really good to see down here. We saw a lot of permanent lighting installed in Forbidden Valley for this year, so hopefully that'll continue. Ready for Scarefest?
So there are plans to have some extra food units down in X Sector. They're not in place just yet, but I'm sure they'll be in later in the season. Yeah,
looking forward to seeing that. As much as it's not a permanent replacement for the flats down there, at least, you know, it won't look too empty. So yeah, hopefully they'll be in place soon. The heart of Alton Towers right here, of course. The beautiful Towers ruins. The question is, are we going to be able to walk back through them this year? I know that Bianca Sammer, the divisional director, mentioned that they can't just let people walk around them now because they're concerned about damage, and obviously they really want to look after the heritage. That's fine, but there's certainly ways to allow people to go in there, whether it's guided tours at certain times of the day, even one tour a day in the afternoon. There's certainly ways that they could do it. We'll go around and have a look and see if it's open, but yeah, it's highly doubtful. I do miss just walking up there though, especially on a nice summer's day, standing on the roof and just soaking in the atmosphere of this magical park. Oh, her ladyship's gardens is beautiful, and especially if you're here on a busy day, you can just come around here, relax. We often bring a picnic, just sit down here and just chill and enjoy the ambience of the towers. Unfortunately closed as expected. We thought we'd come and have a little look anyway, but yeah, I wasn't expecting them to be open, especially based on what Bianca said there. We can come though inside the wonderful conservatories here. These were restored a few years ago, but yeah, it's all blocked off. I miss it so much walking around the towers. And I know so many people that do as well. I mean, back when I worked here, a lot of older couples used to come to the park and walk around the towers and enjoy it. It really is the heart of Alton Towers. I want to see them back open at some point, whether that's in guided tours form, more information throughout all the different rooms. I really hope that's something that Bianca has as a priority, really. I want to be back in there this season, you know.
I love going in the towers. I just miss it so much.
Something else we're missing at the moment, and that we thought was going to be back for the start of the season, is Hex, the legend of the towers. So yeah, this takes place in the building off to the right-hand side there, all part of the tower's ruins, and the ride itself built behind the towers. Very clever. So the queue line for Hex is over in that part of the building. Cinema room just down here, and then of course the octagon in there, and then of course you made your way into the actual ride system itself, the Vekoma Madhouse, which was built behind the back of the towers. Unfortunately, Hex is still closed. They made a big thing of it, you know, in the video, saying, oh, it's going to be back, you know, for this year. We're looking forward to it, but then yeah, it's not open. As far as we're aware, it sounded like they were planning on opening it for the start of the season. Found out there was a fault with it still, and then it's closed. So we don't know when Hex is going to be back. We were looking forward to it, and we found out a week before the season, oh, it's not going to be open yet. So it's building blocks. I feel like, you know, this year, especially with Nemesis and other improvements around the park is going in the right direction, but it's still going to be a few years until we see Alton Towers back to its top spot like it was, you know, 10 plus years ago. And hopefully it won't be too long until we see these iconic double doors back open into Hex, the legend of the towers. We know they've done a lot of work in there in terms of new lighting, some theming upgrades, but ultimately it's the ride that's having issues. So hopefully Vekoma have been in and done the work needed on there to get it operational again. But it's not a good sign that it's still not ready for the start of the season, especially, you know, they've done a lot of theming upgrades and things as well, but ultimately it's that ride system that needs to be functioning before this can open again. Hopefully not too long. Now, CBeebies Land is the main family area at Alton Towers, and we'll have a stroll through there later on and bring any updates to you all. But we thought we'd have a walk through the world of David Walliams whilst we're down here in this part of the park as well. Looking pretty fresh, all the buildings just over there. Have a little walk past Gangster Granny the ride just down here on the left-hand side, and show you the one remaining temporary ride here at Alton Towers, and that is Flavio's Fabulous Fandango. Bouncy bottom burp just there. Still struggle saying that one. Shame that the painting hasn't been done over there. I mean, look at that facade. It is peeling away over there at the back. Yeah, that really could have been done. I still feel like days are numbered for this part of the park, and really it's still a newish area, but yeah, it just doesn't feel that well looked after down here in places. And of course, you know, the theme with David Walliams, is it one that's going to stick around with Alton Towers for the long term? I don't see it, to be honest. I'd love to see this be a big original themed area based on the park's characters, like Sir Algernon and also Alton Bear. That'd be lovely. Gangster Granny the ride, the dark ride over there too. So yeah, I can see changes coming to this at some point in the future. I think there's still other areas what need sorting out, like putting in the permanent flats. But then after that, I'd certainly look at this area as a next kind of priority. It's got the best permanent lights in the park though. Look at these books all stacked up. And this is it. There's only one temporary ride left here at Alton Towers, Flavio's Fabulous Fandango. And there it is. Mr. Park's Sizzler ride just over here. Right next door, the Royal Carousel. Now the rides at Alton Towers hired in the past few years for the Retro Squad, including this, were all actually owned and operated by Mellors Group that run Fantasy Island and Ingermill, Skegness. So I'm not too sure if Alton Towers have purchased this or if they're still hiring it or not, but it is here in the area, and to be honest it fits in quite well still with all the lighting and also like the big mirror ball up there. A lot of the lights are broke on there now though. But yeah, it looks like this will be sticking around for a while. I don't mind this temporary ride being here. It looks alright with all the theming around. At least it fits in with the area. The park really doesn't feel busy considering it's the second day of the season. I'm quite surprised, and the weather's quite nice now as well. Just out of the world of David Williams, yeah, you got the generators in for the Alton After Dark dates, and that's the thing, they must spend a fortune on hiring all this temporary lighting, so spending that money on permanent lighting around the park is a really good decision. What they've done in Forbidden Valley is fantastic. Credit where credit's due. That looked really good last night, as you can see over in the vlog. Well, I've been talking about this one for a couple of years, saying it's not that popular, and my point's been proven. The Alton Towers dungeon will be closing at some point this summer, ready to be transformed into a Scarefest attraction. So that's going to be interesting because you've got a big building and you've got the ride system in there as well. The old boat ride, which is still used for the dungeon, so will they use that for the Scarefest attraction? Loads of room. Off to the left, you've got Trick or Treat Town. I wonder if they're going to keep that in there or use that space too. This could be a massive scare maze if they wanted it to be.
This has got a lot of potential for being a very good scare maze because this is massive in here.
Yeah, it's massive. You've got the ride system itself, lots to think about. So I can't say I'm sad to see it go, the dungeon. It's great, the actors do a good job, but it just doesn't work inside a paid theme park having an upcharge attraction like that. And one that takes a lot of time to do. You're in there for 45 minutes to an hour. You don't want to be doing that when you've got all the rides to go on and paying extra for it. And opening hours seem very limited this year as well. Is it going to reopen after? I'll be surprised if it does, especially with something else on the horizon just over here. Now, it's not looking like the new indoor attraction, rumoured to be a roller coaster, is going to open next year now. Sounds like that could be a 2026 project, but still, this whole area could be transformed. And this building, it wouldn't surprise me if they've got bigger plans for it than just the dungeons here. I'm just looking at the prices here. On the day admission, £11. For an annual pass holder, it's £5.50. And then Alton Towers pass holders, or just ton pass holders, as it says there, is £9.90. A bit of a funny price, isn't it? £9.90. But yeah, that's the thing. As an annual pass holder, we can access any other dungeon in the UK free of charge. But this one, we have to pay £5.50 for. There's no wonder why, you know, not many people do this one. The actors do a great job in there. They tell a really good story. But yeah, I think there's a much bigger plans on the horizon for all this part of the park. And yeah, opening hours today, 1 o'clock until 30. I don't know when that is, but there you go. Well, we were sad to find out that sadly the Sky Ride will be remaining closed for a second full season throughout all of 2024. It was shut last year throughout 2023, and it's a real shame, especially from an accessibility point of view. People getting around the park in wheelchairs, push chairs, and just generally anybody that wants to not be walking all the time around this massive park. It's a real shame. Now, it does seem like Alton Towers had every intention of opening the Sky Ride this year, because all 3 stations have had work done to them, and we'll see them as we head round the park. But this looks here, it's great. Like, you've got all the gold around the side, the purple, and the new signage. It looks fantastic. Now, it sounds like something cropped up just prior to them opening this, rumoured to be structural issues to do with the supports, and obviously that isn't good. It all goes back to the video I filmed prior to the start of the season and years worth of underinvestment and poor management decisions. There's a great management team in now, but it's going to take a few years. It's building blocks for them to get things right. So sadly, the Sky Ride is going to be staying shut this year. I do really appreciate though how they've done up all the stations. It looked good to go, but yeah, it's a real shame this one for people getting around the park.
It is. Like, Alton Towers is a huge part for getting around, and I feel like they could have done something like a land train to be able to get people around. They have like up to the mobility scooters, but again, you've got to pay for that out of your own money. It's not like they're included.
Yeah, it's a real shame. So like I said, it looked like they had every intention of opening it, but it seems like some major structural issues. The Sky Ride replaced the formal cable car and it's been operating since 1987. Every so often they change the cable and do any required maintenance, but as far as I'm aware, none of the supports have been changed since 87, so it probably needs a lot of money. And as Bianca has already said, the new director of the park, this is going to be a multi-million-pound investment. It's not going to be open this year, but I am pleased that they are going to be doing the work and it is going to come back, hopefully for 2025. And here now into Dark Forest. Rita just over there, opened in 2005, Intamin hydraulic launch coaster. The days of these cable hydraulic launches seem to be disappearing now, you know, around the world. So it'll be interesting to see what the long-term future is for Rita. And not forgetting as well, Stealth down at Thorpe Park, that opened a year after Rita in 2006. And you've also got 13 down here, that opened back in 2010. Where are the years going? I remember the opening day for 13. That was a busy one. Not quite as busy as Nemesis yesterday, but it was a busy day. Got a little bit of footage of Rita for you just over here. Well, it's not that busy today, but Rita is advertised on a 40-minute wait at the moment, and that's probably because it's on one train. Now, it's unheard of for Rita, it always runs two, so I reckon the other one's just not ready yet for the start of the season, which is a shame, but of course, safety is always paramount, so hopefully it'll be on the other train soon. Technically, it's got 3 trains if you count this one down here, though. I do like it when they have the test seats, it's really important. But yeah, just one train operation on Rita. Not too sure how long it's going to be like that for. When we were driving to Alton Towers this morning, it was raining. We thought, oh, we could be in for a wet day. But it's nice now with the sunshine. Advertised 60-minute waits, 4:13. Yeah, I'd like to get back on there today, but I think we'll give it a miss for now. Might come back later on and have a go. But of course, the priority for us today, just getting round, seeing all the updates around the park. We're local, we only live 10 minutes away, so we can come up and do the rides anytime, really. It's more about giving you all the updates to help you plan your visit to Alton Towers in 2024. And that's the thing, we mentioned about X Sector being an area with only 2 rides. It is the same down here in Dark Forest. It was the case last year though, because obviously you used to have the Ugg Swinger down here back in the day. Used to love that. There goes Rita. And then of course we have the temporary Retro Squad ride that was down here as well. The Walters, if you remember them. I'll tell you what, I am happy again that there isn't the Walters here, because mostly adding a little bit of capacity, they look really out of place, but also this is a prime spot for a new flat ride. So again, priorities, I think he's getting 1 flat ride here and 1 down in X Sector. As much as X Sector needs 2 ideally in the long term, I think just putting 1 in each would be the better decision first. Well, let's look down here at the back of the park, all the area behind the towers. Nice to see though, there's been some paint ups and improvements, especially down in X Sector. It
was much needed. The park needed a freshen up, so I'm glad that stuff started to be done.
We're gonna make our way now down towards Mutiny Bay and Wickerman, have a look around that area. Alton Towers is a park with so much history. I love the Towers ruins and the gardens, one of my favourite areas to walk around. It's really nice. You can see down there the pagoda fountains on as well, which is lovely to see. Looks gorgeous. They've also painted up the statue up here at the top. And yeah, they've repaired all of this wall and completely rebuilt it actually. They took it down piece by piece and have fully restored that, which is lovely to see. So yeah, all these little projects that go on with the heritage and restoration. And that's what makes me sad about the towers. Yeah, we want to walk back around the ruins again and see them. They've spent a lot of money on restoring them over the years. Just to have them closed and only used at Scarefest is sad. So I'm really hoping we get the opportunity to walk through there again soon. Oh, it's a lovely morning now, and another thing we love at Alton Towers is the local wildlife.
This is George.
Basically,
we love George.
All of these that we see, the wetland geese, we just call them George. But there you go, isn't it nice to see him again, ready for the new season? Oh, that's the thing, it's a lovely set in the Alton Towers. That's what's always made it special, with the various different lakes around, all the trees. It's a beautiful place, it really is. And that's why I want to see it ran and operated to its full potential, you know, like it used to be. We're getting there, it's building blocks. Last season, I think the park had reached the lowest of the low, but now it's them building steps. You know, it's going to build up over the next few years with the new management team. So I am pretty confident in the future of Alton Towers. This time 12 months ago I wasn't too sure, but right now things are looking good. What do you think, George? You all right? How you doing?
I'm just chilling.
Oh, well, we're going to head down this way now into Mutiny Bay. So we'll have a look around Mutiny Bay, give you the updates there, have a look at Wickerman, and then we'll probably cross over past Tower Street again, have a walk around CBeebies Land and Spinball. There's Dave the Duck. We've got names for them all, we love it. And then we'll check out the merchandise as well before continuing on this afternoon, up through Katanga Canyon, Gloomy Wood, and back up to Forbidden Valley. Ahoy there, me hearties, and welcome to Mutiny Bay. That wasn't an announcement, it was me. Yeah, you enjoy that? It should get me in for that, shouldn't they? Here we go, Battle Galleon's just over here, opened back in 2008, Mack Ride Splash Battle. Really well themed ride this. It's my least ridden Alton Towers attraction, this one. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a lovely ride on a summer's day, but yeah, on these cooler days, it's not the best, but you know what, it looks the part, and yeah, it seems like it's had a bit of TLC around this area as well, which is nice. Boats are looking really dirty though. They could have done with painting up, or at least a pressure wash. It doesn't look like they've seen a hose pipe in ages then. Still love all the theming around here though in Mutiny Bay. Down by Battle Galleons, I won't get too close. I don't want to get squirted. Oh, yeah, I do like all this decor. And the courtyard over there looks the part as well. You know, not theming, that's the original stables for the towers. And yeah, that's used as an eatery and seating area now. Let's head round the corner, check out the rest of Mutiny Bay. It's a heave and a ho, and off we go to find the boat. It's gone, as it sank or something, I'm not too sure. Here's the mast just down here though. There you go. The mast is on the floor. I'm not too sure when heave ho is going to be back in action. Yeah, we're seeing it without the boat. I have seen it like that when I worked here before, but not for quite a few years. But look at that, it's missing. So yeah, this is the Zamperla Rocking Tug that also opened with Mutiny Bay back in 2008. So yeah, obviously some sort of extended maintenance taking place. I mean, this ride does open over Christmas, and also it was open for the Pirate Takeover. But yeah, as you can see, it's now missing. So I guess they've got to do that maintenance at some point. Just a shame it's not ready for the start of the main season. Heave ho, and off we go to find the boat. Luckily the barrels haven't gone missing over here. Marauders mayhem. Down here in Mutiny Bay. Used to be the teacups back when I was growing up in old merry old England. What's great about this is covered over. I'd like to see some similar style flat rides like this in other areas. I think maybe in like Dark Forest, you know, something would be nice, covered over like this, covered queue line. Really starting to think about the climate here in the UK, you know. And it helps protect the ride system as well when it's covered over, protect it from the elements. And also, doesn't need as much painting, does it, because it's covered over. Always looks nice and fresh down here at Marauders. Old Feathers McClaw just over here. Nice little animatronic parrot.
Yes, you were seen. You thought you would take matters into your own hands, didn't you?
I did.
Yes. Well, now all these ladies and gentlemen be wondering what you did.
I'm not wondering that. I'm wondering where the boat's gone on heave-ho.
Well, now you may have heard of a gale.
Well, we just turned the corner and made our way round to see Big Bob for the first time this year. However, unfortunately, we just started to evacuate the queue line over here, so I'm not too sure what's going on with Wickerman. I can't see a train stops anywhere on the circuit. Well, Wickerman is experiencing technical problems. Yeah, queue line evac. Just over there. Shame about that one, isn't it?
Oh no!
In terms of ride availability and operations today.
It's been the best today.
No, it was the same yesterday around the rest of the park. I mean, we only were in Forbidden Valley, we didn't really get to see it, but we heard stories, didn't we, yesterday?
And then today, oh no.
So yeah, down here at Wickerman. We'll have to come and see the Beyond another time. There you go. It was advertised on 85 minutes. Yeah, queue line evac for Wickerman. We'll try and get it in later or get some off-ride shots for you all, but we'll think we'll go and check out the shop and the merchandise first. See BB's Land, and we'll possibly come down here later on. Full queue evac at Wicker. Seems like it could be a fire alarm down there at Wickerman. I mean, the announcement's constantly playing. Security have just arrived as well. So yeah, it's normally what happens during a fire alarm. But as long as everyone's safe, that's the main priority. We'll head back down there later on if we can do. Here's a fantastic view looking out over at the towers on the other side of the lake just over there. You can just see the Smiler off to the right as well. I love that. I mean, there's no other park in the world, is there, where you can get a view like this, looking out over there, the Smiler, and then the towers right in the middle. A real piece of history there. And of course a coaster off to the right. Fantastic. Right, we're going to head up to Towers Trading now and have a look at the new for 2024 merchandise. And just also making our way up to Tower Street. Oh, hello. Not the nice tourist comes to say hello. You want to be in the vlog?
Bread?
I haven't got no bread. I've already had my sandwiches. I'll bring you down a hot dog. No, too expensive actually. I'm going to have that. Yeah, here's a look over at the lawns. Yeah, still looking a little bit messy from the events that they do here. Normally by now they've put all new turf down, but I'm thinking maybe they put some grass seed in because they have blocked all of it off just here to try and stop people from walking on there. So I'm not too sure with that. But yeah, not looking the best down there. Normally by now they've just put like all new turf down. so I'm not too sure what's happening. You got the stage still set up over there. No shows or anything on there at the moment. Probably going to be similar to last year. They're not really using it until the summer. Really, it doesn't look the best just having the stage there when there's nothing going on. But still, I guess we'll find out what they've got planned. The good thing is this year, I'm kind of liking the fact they've reduced the amount of the events so they can hopefully focus on bringing more quality instead of quantity to the events for this year. So we've got no Mardi Gras, no Festival of Thrills. Then later in the year, of course, lots to look forward to with Oktoberfest returning, Scarefest, fireworks and Christmas. And also whilst we're down here, just thought I'd show you the Skyride station at Tower Street that's also had a full refurbishment. Brand new sign over there, prepare to take flight. That looks great. I mean, they've got a new sign at the top, painted all the station. They had every intention, I think, to open this. It's a shame that they found more issues. They have added a sign just round the corner here though, talking about it. So let's have a little look. So here's a sign, a Skyride story, investing in the future. I do really appreciate how they've put this detailed information instead of just saying closed for the season. They've really gone into it here. Of course, you can pause the video if you want to read all of it. But ultimately, it's the park saying that, you know, the operation was paused back in 2023. They've been working behind the scenes. Now more work's needed from the ride to play at Poma. And yeah, you can see how it's a really important part of the infrastructure for the park. So yeah, it will be coming back in the future. I'm pleased they're doing it. They could have easily said it's not coming back and removed it, but it's disappointing that, of course, it's closed for another year. And yeah, it's a shame there's not been like a land train or something else put in place to transport people around the park, even if it was just around the lake, just to help people, especially from an accessibility point of view. And here we are then inside Towers Trading, which is the main shop here at Alton Towers, right on Tower Street itself. Look at this, nice embroidered jacket, £45 there. Oh, look at the bear just over here as well.
It's an Alton Towers colouring book. This will definitely be getting purchased throughout the season. It's only £6.
Oh, that's quite nice.
That is
isn't it?
excellent.
Is this at home and do your colouring,
yeah,
Charlotte?
I will definitely be buying this.
We'll have to show you it in a vlog.
Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll buy one and then I'll colour it in throughout the year and then show you at the end.
Oh, the Nemesis bits are nice.
Yeah,
Subterra.
I'm definitely going to get one of these.
Mine train, oh, that's good.
I love it.
I'm liking that.
Oh, look at the River Rapids.
£6, pretty
That's really
good.
good.
Logo bear, got the towers on down there, £18. We will be doing our annual shops and merchandise tour, so stay tuned for that. We always do a lot of extra vlogs here from Alton Towers, with it being our local park, and of course the one that we visit the most, you know, so stay tuned for that. We'll do our annual food tour as well. We'll have a good look round at what there is in here today. Oh, we got another nice little bear just here.
The
Sir
nice? Algernon bear, £40. He's so soft.
I like his outfit just there as well.
I do too.
Got the retro shirts down there. They've sold them for a few years now. Can't see anything new for Wicker Man down here. The shirts.
Stylish shirt.
Oh, that's really cool.
That's cool.
£45. Quite expensive that.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
It's a nice shirt.
Yeah.
Oh, your Smiler and 13 gear. That's a new top, I think, isn't it, for 13?
Yeah.
There's a picture of the back of the train. You thought they did on the front of the train, wouldn't you, really? We've got some ride facts on there. Always like shirts with ride facts on. Let's see what other new bits we can see. Now, these launched last year for the Curse at Alton Manor, and they are fantastic. You got the resin and also the trophy, which are brilliant. Oh, I love it.
That's brilliant.
But also up here, you've got the new shot glass, which is for this year, priced at £8. It's got the logo on the front. You all right there?
Yeah, it's one of them where you turn it and there's shapes inside.
Ah, different patterns.
Yeah.
Always love a good look around the gift shops. Quite a few new t-shirt designs for this year. Max vertical angle, 87.5. I'm glad they got that right there with the 0.5 on. That is embroidered at the bottom as well.
Yeah.
And they don't look down. Look at this shirt for Galactica. That's an interesting one. Oh, there we go.
Oh.
Airwing 6000 Craft. Air. Previous name. Is that a sign that something could be coming in the future?
Is that a clue?
Maybe we're going to see this whole kind of re-theme for Galactica into some sort of aircraft for the Phalanx.
Maybe so.
I reckon that could be an early little tease for that one. It wouldn't surprise me. Let's look at the giant mug that they've got. Jumbo, £18. All the ride logos just round on there as well. It's pretty good. You got all your event merch. I still love the fireworks mug. With the rocket. That was pretty good. Scarefest merch. Oktoberfest. Hey. Yeah, your event merch still on sale in here. Pin badges. A lot of people love the pins. Quite a selection of ride pins just there.
Oktoberfest.
Yeah, for the events as well. Quite nice. Wickerman 2024. The design of those is pretty cool. Yeah, I like those. As we head over to this Wickerman section, new cushions for this year and a new bear. £16 for the cushion, I like that. That's a really good design, feels pretty good quality, nice and soft. And you got the ATR Wickerman Warmer. It makes me laugh when they put ATR Wickerman Warmer. There you go. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Quite cute, isn't it? That's a sign that I like to see new for 24. What we got just here?
It's like a pyramid style, like Rubik's Cube, which is cool.
I don't think I've ever seen one of them before.
I've never seen
With a smile on, quite unique. And I really like this. It's like multiple mugs stacked on top of each other. The Diner Cup.
That's cool.
That's cool, isn't it? £12. I like that. That's probably my favourite Alton Towers mug they've done in a while. For the past few years, we've had a lot of plain, just white mugs. I like these ones that are embossed. I'm glad they're kind of going back down this route. They did like a pack of 4 or 5 white ones. Wasn't a fan of them. And for £7, you can pick up one of these large Alton Towers shopper bags just down there. Pretty good they are. Selection of caps, £15. Oh, loads of different ones. Galactica, Oblivion, Wickerman, Rita, 13.
I like how these are all organised.
Smiler, yeah, they look good. Lots of caps. Hopefully Alton Towers know that there's going to be some nice sunny weather this year. Fingers crossed. See, that does.
Nice and comfy.
I like the Oblivion one. It reminds me of the ones they had when the ride opened. Whee! Oh, it's nice to be back into it. Let's hear this music again. Nice look there around the Towers Trading Company. Some great new merch for this year, and stay tuned for our merchandise tour. We'll have a good detailed look in the next few weeks at all the shops around the resort.
So we are now going to be heading into CBeebies Land that is celebrating 10 years this year.
I can't believe it. Opened at the resort back in 2014, and Bluey's going to be coming next week as well. Big new character that's going to be coming into the area. Let's go have a little walk around the main family area here at the Alton Towers Resort. Now, CBeebies, of course owned by the BBC, went through a bit of a rebrand not too long ago, so they've actually updated the bugs now, so they've changed the logo here at the entrance. Yeah, the bugs are more square instead of round now. Just gonna have a little walk through. Always nice and colourful, looks fresh when you come in here, doesn't it? Yeah, we'll do the full loop round. Let's post from Pat. Nobody in there, is it quiet? Tell you what, it doesn't feel busy at all for opening weekend. Really surprised. Quite nice weather. First thing to note is they've painted all the fences around here. Yeah, most of these used to just be painted white. It's made it look even more colourful actually. So I'm a big fan of that. Yeah, this one was definitely white. Used to spend all day operating this back in the day. So yeah, I used to walk that ride area every morning. So yeah, definitely know that used to be all white around here. Get set, go, running around the top just there. Used to be known as the Squirrel and Nutty back when I was a kid growing up. I think for kids though, CBeebies Land is a brilliant area, isn't it?
It's so good. It's nice to see it being so colourful this time.
Yeah, lots of new colour. I mean, it's always been quite vibrant, but looking really good now. Oh, I think Pose and Pat's down, that's why it's empty. Bit of downtime today. Got this construction fence here on the left hand side. Maybe this is where Bluey is going to be coming in. I'm not too sure. But yeah, it used to be Nina's science lab just there. But yeah, this is all blocked over, so I'm not too sure, but then I can't see anything happening.
Because that's like Bluey's sort of text that.
Ah, yeah, maybe the meet and greet area is just going to be behind there. But nice if you can go inside that building again. Just something else indoors to do. What's it going to be today? Oh, there's I used to work in this area. I used to go home singing this in my sleep. Bad is on his way. Bugby go round. Yeah, it's a good area around here. Justin's House Biomassive Factory just over there. Again, when I was growing up, that was Ribena Berry Bish Bash, which is pretty cool. Remember Berry Bish Bash?
I remember Berry Bish Bash.
And actually, if we're going back before that, that used to be the farm animals in there.
I loved it in there. It was so cute. All the animatronics and stuff.
Oh, that was in that side.
And then the
Yeah, that was the actual animals in that one. I don't know if you remember them or not. But
if I remember those or not.
yeah, so you have the singing barn, which is where the shop is now.
The singing barn.
Yeah, and then that was actually real animals. There was all sorts. There was goats and everything in there. And then sadly at the time, I remember Foot and Mouth came round, and then Alton Towers made the decision that they had to get rid of all their animals. Yeah, they used to have a lot round here. Paddy's on his way. A bit of a deep dive into the history of the area there. What's it going to be today? They did a fantastic job with the Hey Dougie play area around here. I think that's great. And there he is. Dougie! We've met him before actually. Got a photo. Great land there, and of course designed for the kids, but anyone can come in here and enjoy this area. It's got some really nice little rides actually, and that's the thing, sometimes it's not always about just going on the biggest coasters. A nice experience ride, you know, something like In the Night Garden boat ride just around here. Still the most popular ride in the area. It's been like that for 10 years since it opened, In the Night Garden. But yeah, just like little rides you can sit on and soak up the atmosphere. Furchester Hotel is actually really good as well. I definitely recommend it. Then you've got Big Fun Showtime, just around here as well. We've seen lots of shows come and go over the years. So what have we got for this year? Bing Live, Teletubbies, and Hey Dougie down there as well. My personal favourite, I'm sure you know by now, Teletubbies. I used to love them when I was growing up. La La was my favourite. Alton Roller Coaster Adventure. Nice little coaster for families down here in this area. And that's all for CBeebies Lands. Gonna head round the corner now, have a closer look at Spinball Wizard, see if there's been any changes to the park's 2004 Mara spinning coaster. And with 10 years of CBeebies Land, that also means 10 years since this area was Storybook Land. I do have fond memories as a child with Storybook Land, especially the bookworm that used to be right over here. And that also means 10 years since I saved the bookworm. I was working here at the time, and literally over winter I saw it back of house, and literally it was just lying on the floor, and I asked about it, what was happening to it, and I was told it was just going to be scrapped. So I donated some money to Merlin's charity, Merlin Magic Wands, and then of course got the bookworm. I remember me and Charlotte, we got it back, my parents took it back home, and it took a few years of course of having it before I managed to do the full restoration, but now it's a big part of the British Theme Park Museum, and a piece of Alton Towers history from 10 years ago now. It's in my possession at home, and you know what, it wouldn't have been saved if I hadn't had it, so I'm really pleased that I managed to get that and preserve not just a piece of my childhood, but for a lot of you that watch the videos as well. For 20 years now we've been spinning and whizzing around Alton Towers, and even Sonic the Hedgehog made an appearance for some of that as well, and it used to be known as Sonic Spinball. But like all IPs, it was going to come to an end. I went back to its original 2004 name of Spinball Wizard. 20 years. I remember the opening day for this one. That was quite a chaotic opening day, I do remember. All opening days are chaotic and good fun. Spinning and whizzing since 2004. This unit's still standing. Remember when this used to be Spinball Noodles just over here? Little noodle bar. Yeah, it's been closed for a long time. Never been a huge fan of how this is separated here. I believe it all goes back to like the BBC and wanting the area just to have one entrance and exit to CBeebies Land. But yeah, I do miss the days when this was just open between the two. Shame they haven't done the flooring round here. It's been looking a bit bad for quite a while now. I remember at the start of last season this looking like this, but yeah, it's just like where the tree roots have come down. Like little bits of TLC like this that need sorting out. Bit of a trip hazard. Ooh, we're just walking past Tower Street and I thought, let's pop in here to Corner Coffee and have a look. Because we heard they've got Project D donuts. These are our favourite donuts ever. And look at these, they are so nice. The Bolivian theme there, £7.50. They're expensive, but they are good, Project D. I suppose if you get your discount on them, it's not too bad. Woo, £7.50 for one donut is pricey. I mean, we've been having Project D donuts for a few years. They're normally about, what, £4 each, would you say?
About £4. You do get your annual pass discount, but £7.50 is a lot.
I think I'd rather have a bag of sugary donuts from opposite,
Yeah,
Tower Street Dogs. There's the monorail going past over there, Explorer train. And we're going to make our way now past Mutiny Bay again. We'll probably walk through Shark Bay Reef actually, see if there's any change in the Sea Life Centre. And then we'll start making our way up through Katanga Canyon, Gloomy Woods, and back up to Forbidden Valley. Shark Bay Reef by Sea Life, entrance just over here. I've actually put a new little covered area here, which is quite nice, probably for push chairs and just people to stand underneath if it's raining.
Yeah, because there used to be the one literally on that post there.
Let's go make our way in. It's always worth having a walk through the aquarium here. It's very well themed, very relaxing as well with all the music, seeing all the fish. Skeleton Bay. Sometimes they're changing the exhibits and things in here as well. So it's always worth having a stroll through. It's just nice having more indoor things, isn't it? Especially if you're like on a rainy day if you come in here to Alton Towers. Let's go underwater. Sharks, the rays, and all the little fishies of Shark Bay Reef. Come on, little ant, you're nearly there. Carrying the big leaf. Look at him go. Walking between the two areas. Jellyfish.
The course of the sea took me, and there I was, at last, unable to return. Corridor is where I be seeking. Shivering to this, we booty is
The main ocean tank. It goes to the sea. I've got a fun fact for you. I might have shared this before in a video, but I can't remember. There's a friend of mine actually who did the voiceover in here. He never got to hear his voice playing in here because he's terrified of sharks and wouldn't come in. There you go. Fun fact, true story. Someone I know who used to work here, was a good friend with. He's scared of sharks. So wouldn't come in and listen, but his voice is played in here every day. Hey, back outside then now of Shark Bay Reef, and Wicker Man's open. Yeah, it was a fire alarm earlier. And back in action, and so are the flames up there on the top as well. Feed the flames. Here at Alton Towers, 60-minute wait this afternoon for Wicker Man. Owned here in 2018. Manufactured by Great Coast International. Yeah, good to see the flames coming out the shoulders again up there on Big Bob. Do love Wicker Man. Still a firm favourite by many here at the park. It's a great overall experience. All the mist, the screens there as well in the structure. It's great to see Alton Towers doing a lot more theming these past few years. And Wicker Man, I think, was the start of them really up in the game. And we were seeing that, you know, with Forbidden Valley and Nemesis, just making enhancements to the theming around the park. Oh, the roar of Wicker Man. They've actually put some covers over the queue line just over there as well. Good to see that they've thought about that, putting a bit of cover over. But yeah, I wish it was themed in a little bit more with the station area. Oh, just turn around again, the Beyond area, look at this. Feed the flames. Oh, this new little prop. I've not seen this before. Be chosen. Good to see some roaming characters around the park. It just really adds to the experience and the mystery of Alton Towers and some of the themes behind their rides.
Connection! Connection!
Katanga Canyon. I do love this sign. I remember walking up here as a kid with so much excitement towards the back of the park and getting all the different rides. So I'm glad that this sign still remains a part of Alton Towers because I love it. And with the waterfall just over there, the music brings back so much happiness and nostalgia that I still have today here at Alton Towers. Great view of the lift hill, but Wicker Man just there as well. Let's make our way up here through Katanga Canyon. The Congo River Rapids, not opened yet this season. They were closed all day yesterday, and it's the same today so far. So I'm not too sure when these are going to be back in action, but hopefully soon. This is good to see. So obviously they have to have a member of staff standing here by the waterfalls when the rapids is in action. And they made this a bit more permanent. Last year there was literally just a barrier across. Now they put all the theme fencing in, and there is a cover for the staff member as well. So yeah, good to see the thinking of the staff's welfare, putting that little covered area in for when it's raining. Just feels really sad, this area, when the rapids isn't open, so hopefully it's back in action again soon. This made me think, is it possibly due to staffing? I mean, now it takes a lot of staff to run it, especially having staff members positioned around the ride, so yeah, I'm not too sure on that one. Tell you what though, it's really not that busy for Sunday today, like opening weekend. I thought it was going to be a lot busier than this. I mean, this is a core pathway in the park. It's very quiet. Make our way down towards the Runaway Mine train. They have actually pressure washed all these pathways around here too, which is good to see. Clap, clap. Woo, woo. And just getting back to the rapids for a second, they have actually pressure washed a lot of the trough, which is looking nice, especially around the edges, to make that look a bit fresher.
So it was £17.05 last year, but pizza pasta has now gone up to £21.
Oh, that's for an adult, it's £12 for a child. It's pricey, that is, isn't it? Like,
I think that's very expensive.
I want to be in there all day for that.
I mean, it smells so nice, but for £21,
Yeah.
I mean, you do get your annual pass discount, but we've seen pizza and pasta creep up year after year.
Yeah, I remember when it was like £8 back in the day. It's gone up a lot. I know there's inflation and stuff, but blimey, that's pricey, that is. I can hear the music. We can see the smoke. Welcome back to Gloomy Wood, home of Alton Manor. We love this to bits. I'm really excited to get back on. The Curse at Alton Manor is the new edition for last year. And you know what? This ride is fantastic. A great themed experience that we're really looking forward to getting back on just here on this lovely afternoon at Alton Towers opening weekend. Advertised weight of 20, but yeah, it looks a lot less than that based on where the queue is out at the front.
Reports of hearing a little girl playing in the grounds of the house. No old ghost story should haunt your judgment.
Pre-show. It's a rolling pre-show here as well with Emily Alton. Unfortunately, we can't film on the ride, so we'll see when we come up.
Yes. Aside from the owner's only child, never.
only wait about 10 minutes there for the curse at Alton Manor. All of the effects working as they should be. That ride is beautiful. What a themed experience it really is.
It is brilliant from start to finish. And what else is brilliant? This t-shirt.
£25, but look at the design of that.
That is lovely, and it's subtle, but it's very, very, very nice.
That is gorgeous. I really like that merchandise.
That's brilliant.
There's so much going on in that attraction though, from all the theming, all the props around, the smells, the storyline, the soundtrack. I love it to bits, the Curse at Alton Manor, and it's great to get back on there and see everything working as well. In terms of effects, there's so much happening in there. I was half expecting last season for effects to keep breaking and stuff, but you know what? Everything's been really good, hasn't it, in there?
Kept great on there, and we just love that attraction. There's so much going on. It's just so immersive.
It really is. It feels like a little bit of a Disney attraction in Alton Towers, like with all the storyline and everything. So it was great to get back on there. Fantastic storyline as well with Emily Alton. Lovely. Right, there's one more area of the park where we've not been in this vlog. We spent all day there yesterday, but we've not been up there yet. And that is, of course, Forbidden Valley. And we're just leaving Gloomy Wood now, making our way down towards Forbidden Valley. They've actually put the Coke Freestyle machines down here now in this little booth, which is good. Yeah, it was a closed unit before, so I'm a big fan how they've done that. And they've also added some lighting down here as well. Oh yeah, you alright? And just over here on the left, they've actually just put in planning permission for a new temporary but semi-permanent building behind these trees with access from the pathway by the toilets. Looks like we could be seeing a new Scare Maze location over there. Either that or it's a back of house building, but I've got a sneaky feeling that could be for Scarefest, so we'll see. Oh, look at this. Hello. Nothing. Oh,
yeah, it's definitely nothing.
Oh, they're hiding something. I don't trust them. Oh, they're definitely hiding something. Something's going on around here. This is nice. Oh, it's got a little permanent light on it. Oh, you've done a good job with this. Right, this is what I'm really liking. That's proper permanent lighting. That is nice. All this detailing. God, this is really good. Feels a bit like a European park in here now. Yeah, like over in mainland Europe, like, you know, like bits of theming. Reminds me of like Woden's queue line at Europa Park or something. Yeah, really promising. Right, back into the valley now. Phalanx facility has been taken over. Welcome back to Forbidden Valley. Just oh, there we go. I am.
You want to book on?
Yeah.
Well, there's no point doing it with this because this has been playing up all day. It's like an antique.
Right.
Look at that.
We'll sort you on the bus.
Okay,
We'll see you there.
I don't know what's going on because apart from this morning, you know,
Ripped your coat?
I don't know. I've done that. I'm not paying for that. That's
Mushroom
quite
cloud.
outrageous, I bet.
Oh, I bet it is. Yeah.
Mushroom cloud luxury tours.
Yeah, we'll go on
Yeah,
the tour.
that's it. Well, I'll meet you down by the bus in about
Okay.
20 minutes.
We'll see you down there.
I've got this whiplash from.
Oh God, he's got whiplash. Something weird going on around here. And of course, if you haven't already, make sure you check out our vlog from yesterday, the opening of Nemesis Reborn here at Alton Towers. It was a very atmospheric and historic day. We also took you for a full tour around Forbidden Valley, taking it all in. But there's still a few little things that we didn't actually get to cover yesterday that I just wanted to show you, such as this angle of the helicopter. I mean, it was that chaotic yesterday. There was so much going on. We just didn't get loads of time just to see this prop from here. It looks a lot better from this angle. However, I do still miss the old gun, the drill. I do miss that. You know, it was good in that position. But I've got to say, the copter looks better when you walk in, doesn't it, that way?
Yeah, it does. When you stood around there, I think because of how high up the helicopter is, you struggle to see it, but obviously when you're walking down, you get the full perspective of it.
And really, it was probably designed to be viewed coming down from that way, wasn't it? Nemesis Subterra, yeah, still open this year as well, which is good. Back now permanently, 30-minute wait. Hey, there's an old Nemesis sign that's remained here. Nice little throwback. I hope they don't change that. I think it's nice. And ultimately, over the next few years, you know, people aren't going to be calling it Nemesis Reborn. It's still just going to be Nemesis, isn't it? Let's face it. The eggs of the Nemesis creature. Got some live cargo. Really give me like Jurassic Park vibes. If you watch the channel for a while, you know I'm not a massive fan of games. However, I am liking what they've got on the store just over here. All themed to Nemesis Reborn, a lab challenge. Yeah, look at these.
These are great.
Yeah, that's brilliant. That is a big eye on there as well. So you can play the games just over here to try and win them. Nemesis Reborn. Much quiet around here today. Look at this. Nemesis Containment Zone. It's pretty cool how the sign looks like it's all been bashed in as well by the big tentacles. just walking down here again. Oh, amazing. It's a shame this sign got took away over here though. You can still see the remains of where it used to be. There you go, we've been replaced by these two slabs. It used to be the sign just here in the world's most intense ride experience. Wow, I never actually got to see Nemesis from this angle yesterday. It was just that chaotic, that busy, so much going on. Look at that, 45 minutes today. This was always one of my favourite spots to stand watching Nemesis as it comes down into the corkscrew just there and into this downward helix. You get the wind. Oh, it blows you away. I do love this view and I'm so glad we can still stand here and see this. I'm not a huge fan of this big black fence here though. I think it would be nice if they put some like vane effect on here, or maybe actually have some lights on the top spinning around a bit like up there on the entrance. I feel like this is kind of in to contain the beast. Like I said, I'm getting like Jurassic Park vibes. Maybe some spinning lights up there, just something, or even more tentacles kind of growing up the fence just here. It just looks a little bit bland, I think, you know, especially like the rocks here. But still, the old fence that was in there, I think fit a lot better. But I'm glad that it's open still like this, as in we can stand right here and just get the breeze of Nemesis coming right past us. They could have easily blocked it all in, you know. I just can't believe it's open. It's so weird now just seeing it back open after all this time. Like, you know, what an experience. This feels so surreal. All the times we were coming here watching it, and just to have it back open again. Just taking in these views, fantastic. Yeah, a lot calmer here today. Oh, there goes the animatronic around the eye. All the teeth. "45-minute advertised wait for Nemesis Reborn." Let's go and have another go. This will be our 4th ride. Get some more shots. And we'll see when we come off. Oh, a completely different scene to yesterday. Look at this. Literally just underneath the drop here. I don't even think this will be 45. For operating well, 25 minutes I reckon. A shot there of Nemesis Reborn with all the smoke coming out of the zero-G roll. And here's an angle I've never shown you in the vlogs before of Galactica. Look how close you are now to the lift hill and the drop. Some great interaction with Galactica, the park's B&M flying coaster, owned as Air in 2002. I've got a feeling a re-theme could be incoming for this. Look how close it is to the rest of the valley now. Maybe some kind of phalanx military aircraft or something. Got to be some great ideas what they could do for this, but yeah, it's really close to the queue line for Nemesis Reborn. Oh, we're here on row 8. It's going to be a back row ride, and I can't wait to sit in my favourite seat on Nemesis. Back right. Let's go. Ride there on Nemesis Reborn, and that was fantastic. The intensity of the elements, the downward helix, the zero-G roll, the loop down there at the back, it's my favourite place. And that right seat, oh, I love it so much, Charlotte.
I enjoyed that so much. I've got a new love for Nemesis that I never had before.
I think that's the thing, maybe because it was closed for a year, you appreciate it even more now.
I just love it. It's my favourite coaster at Towers now.
Oh, that's really good. Yeah, and obviously before it was Wicker Man for you, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. But no, it was really good to get back on there. This rattle's a bit concerning though. I don't know what's causing it. Is it a foundation issue? Is it a wheel issue? It seems to be mostly on the final turn before coming into the brake run just over here, where you're rattling kind of side to side. You can feel it on one of the trains more than the other one though, so it just made me think maybe it is a train issue instead of a support or foundation issue. But yeah, hopefully we can get that sorted out. Maybe it's something to do with the wheels on there. I don't know, but yeah, hopefully we'll be able to find out the issue and get that resolved. And just on our way round to Galactica, I just wanted to show you they've actually put a little bit of theme in here in refresh and refill. So this is where the Coke freestyles are. Look at this, bit of a panel up there on the wall. You can press the buttons. And then you've got this, looks a bit like a boiler that they've put in here, and some nice lighting as well. And with that being located right here and fitting with the new Forbidden Valley, it really does make me think changes are coming in the future to Galactica. It would have been good to have had that for this year, but as we know, Alton Towers are planning a new flat ride for Forbidden Valley on the former Ripsaw side. It makes me think next year we're going to see that new flat ride come in and hopefully a re-theme over here. Like I say, some sort of kind of fighter jet would be great. I'd love to see it incorporate the name Air again, its original opening name from 2002, but I guess we'll find out what happens down here at Galactica. Roller coaster restaurant over there, we'll have to do that again at some point. Lights are a bit flickery though, aren't they there? And here it is, Galactica. And here's another observation for you. The other side of the refill station's painted red, and this side, it's blue, and obviously the theme really with Galactica is all very blue, isn't it, at the moment? So it'll be interesting to see what happens around here in the future. But yeah, that looks like it could be an early tease, and possibly there's a few other teases around the area as well, hinted towards the future of Galactica. And also it's quite interesting how here on the left hand side they've also took away the covered seating area that used to be just by the portal, especially when they've been putting in a lot more covers over some parts of the queue line and other bits around the park. So yeah, very interesting. Has that been removed to maybe put something into place? I mean, I guess we'll find out. Imagine like a big fighter jet or something down here, another big prop to add to the Phalanx story. Now we mentioned about Nemesis having this rattle, which has been a bit concerning. It seems to be worse on this corner here, which is the final corner before the brake run. So we're just gonna have a little bit of a listen, see if we can hear anything when she comes round. Not too bad from off-ride, but I don't know if you did notice, there is a bit of like a clicking sound, isn't there?
You can slightly hear it when you're off-ride, but when you're on-ride you can really feel it.
Yeah, it's quite an interesting one, that. I definitely think it's to do with the wheels, but obviously I'm not an engineer, I'm not an expert in that field, but I guess we'll see what happens. What an action-packed weekend we've had here at the Alton Towers Resorts, opening weekend 2024. It's been a good one. Nemesis is back with a vengeance. Opening weekend 2024 ticked off, and what a weekend it's been, Charlotte.
It has been such a good weekend. Getting back on Nemesis Reborn was amazing.
Oh, it was a special moment yesterday, and if you haven't already, like I say, check out that full video from yesterday because so much happened in it. It was the atmosphere, it was the street theatre, and they were ultimately getting back on that ride and just seeing it all again, and also discovering the new parts of Forbidden Valley as well. Away from Nemesis though, of course, today we've been around the rest of the park. Great to see some TLC in some of the areas, isn't it?
Much needed TLC. Like last year we was like, oh, does this really need doing? So I'm so glad that work is taking place.
I think X Sector was looking good, especially with Oblivion. That's what impressed me the most today, like the updated colour schemes around there, but also a lot more pressure washing and cleaning around the park, which is good. The Smiler was looking better. We didn't ride 13 or anything today. In fact, we've not really been on much. We just wanted to go around and focus on bringing you the updates today. We'll actually go on the rides and getting the queue lines and things on another day. But no, we just wanted to make sure we got round. It was only a 10:05 today as well, opening times, just so we could see everything for you all. And I'm impressed with what we've seen with some of the park TLC. In terms of ride availability, that's been quite, you know, a bit iffy today, hasn't it?
It's just not been the best, unfortunately. Going to rides and then they've been closed, and then some of the rides that are shown to be closed are not shown on the website, and I think that needs to be reflected on the website if they're not going to be open.
Yeah, last year they added like a ride availability page which had Hex and the Sky Ride on, and they're on there, but then you've got Heave Ho with the boat missing.
It should be
It's
on
not
there.
on there. Rapids hasn't opened all weekend. So I'm not too sure with that one. But yeah, ride availability, not a great start. It was better yesterday, it seems, around the rest of the park from speaking to people. But yeah, today's ride availability has been quite poor in areas. And just generally, I just think things should be ready for the start of the season. It's like with the Rapids, that could be someone's favourite attraction. They're driving up from down London, they get here and it's closed. It's that disappointment, So yeah, hopefully they can get them sorted out. Of course, safety is always paramount, but also there's been a whole closed season. Come on, let's get these sorted. It's like Rita being on one train, that's not ideal. Still, there's some nice new merchandise for this year. We enjoyed that, didn't we?
I love seeing the merchandise each season, and the merchandise this year looks great.
Some really good new bits, some new clothing and other items as well.
Book.
Yeah, colouring book, some new mugs, other improvements. Great to see a lot of entertainment, roaming street theatre as well.
It was so nice to see Alton Bear, and the fact that I'm going to be seeing throughout the season is just so lovely.
And that's not just on the theme park, but in the hotels, they've got extra meet and greets as well, which is good, like Darwin the Dodo and all sorts, which is really good to see. Overall, it's building blocks. Like I've said so far, we're off to a better start this year than we were last year because, of course, we got Nemesis back and there has been some TLC around the park, but things aren't going to be amazing overnight. Things aren't going to fix straight away. There's a good management team in place now. They've assessed throughout last year, and now as we move on these next few years, hopefully things are going to keep building up with the new flat ride, re-theming areas, hopefully a new indoor roller coaster. All that will come over time, but the priority for me needs to be going round, getting some more permanent flats in, improving the look and appearance, and also reliability is still a big issue at the moment that really needs sorting out. But still, it's been a good fun day. We've loved taking you around, and we've got lots more Alton Towers content coming up on the channel.
There is much more coming up throughout the season.
Yeah, we're going to be doing our merchandise tour, food tour as well. We'll do roller coaster restaurant, a few other bits.
So much.
Just everything that we can do, which is going to be awesome. But here from Alton Towers, we are shattered now. My voice, I can't believe I've kept it.
I'm ready for a rest.
Like, literally, we spoke to so many fans as well. Everyone's been lovely.
So lovely to meet you
Oh,
all.
it was really nice to see you all. We've had loads of photos. We've probably knocking on like 1,000 photos. It's been crazy. So we're much ready now for a nice rest, a nice relax. And of course, we'll be back in the next few days with more Alton Towers content. That leaves us with one final thing to say.
Get out there
and keep on riding. Bye-bye.